Hello. Welcome to London's Bridge. London's Bridge is stories of how I see God working in my life. Today, I wanted to talk about this season of my life. There has, by no other season, I don't think, even having children, been the most change in a season as right now. I am 54. I will be 55 on March 28th of this year. And I have to say, this year, 54, has been all the things. I do have some notes. Usually I'm just kind of live and I'm talking, but I might need to refer to some notes today because there's so much change and there's so much. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is finances. Chiropractor, I've been practicing 21 years. I am currently in the season of making a career addition. I am still going to practice chiropractic, but on my last video, I talked about becoming a bus driver for Gwinnett County in Georgia. And I am currently in the process of reading my CDL packet for my permit. There is a course that's offered, 8-hour class. So far, I called the woman. I have not heard back. Doesn't mean she won't, but I had to just kind of consider. I'm like, well, what if she doesn't call back? Because I really wanted the 8-hour class. And I was like, you know what? I've been reading a sheet on temptation busters, and the third one says, I am with you. That is all you need. My power shows up best in weak people. 2 Corinthians 12:9. So that is the scripture I'm going to hold on to. If the woman doesn't call me, I will continue to read my packet and I will do my best. And if I have to take the permit, 2 or 3 times to pass, I'm going to do this. The reason I'm pursuing the bus driver transportation department is for consistent pay, options for benefits, to help me perhaps with my student loan repayment plan, and to be a positive light for the kids. In chiropractic, I really want to market towards teenagers and teen athletes and children in this next 21 years of practice. So it'll open up a huge market as well. And I'm in a huge ministry with children as it is. And I love them. I want to help them as much as I can, be a light, and perhaps do some counseling and anything I can do to help this next generation. So that's that. But, with my finances, I have to be honest where I am. I have my student loans. The Bible says you reap what you sow. And I just had to really take a look at me last week and be like, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for where I am financially. I made my choices. I did stay at home primarily with my 2 boys. One's 18, one's 16, going to be 17 the end of March. And I did pay my loans along the way. I did forbearances, tried to stay out of default, but they just escalated, and I made my choices. I wanted to raise my children. And the reason I came home in July to completely work for myself was that high volume practices, the workload became unmanageable, just straight up. I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to do it. And so I made a choice. And it does become a little bit like a mill. And I wasn't down with that. So I came home, and God reminds me, He's like, remember why you left. When this gets hard, and God has provided for my needs, but He hasn't provided for the credit card debt that I accrued. And I just have to take a look at that. I'm like, the Bible promises He'll take care of our needs, like utilities and car insurance and the things that we do need, to work and survive and thrive and all those things. But I don't think He's, you're going to have to do the extra to take care of the credit card and credit card debt. And so I'm taking a real hard look at that. I put about $3,000 on my credit cards for my home practice. It hasn't budged. And I'm like, okay, God, help me be a gazelle. Help me consider the ant. And help me do what I have to do. Help me do the extra to get this down. And I have heard the stories that once people really got serious about their debt and they were working hard and they weren't, they were going to the point of exhaustion to get this taken care of, that money would come out of nowhere, or blessings would come, and there'd be something in the mail, some check. And, that's what I'm going to focus on. I kind of gave up in January. I'm going to keep this really real. I've always been real and vulnerable, so here we go. I kind of gave up a little bit on the marketing and everything in January. Took more naps, I think, and we had a couple snowstorms, and so you couldn't really work, and people weren't going to come to me anyway. But you see those movies, people when they've lost their jobs in like 4 or 5 months, their house is a wreck, they're a wreck. They got their hands in the pants and they're watching the TV and they're just not really looking. The newspapers there or whatever. We used to use newspapers, but, and it just, they gave up for a little while. And I got to be honest, I felt like in January, I did do that as far as my marketing and trying to earn money. I'm like, well, they need me, they'll call. I'm just, getting frustrated and, so, so then turning 55. Well, you got to look at the state of America with the debt that we have and consumer debt. And, I'm just going to be honest that, I have a small portion of debt as far as consumer debt. But I do have, a large debt with my student loans. And I know it feels like I'm alone, and if I put this out here, but I know the statistics say that I'm not alone, and I just want to be, the one willing to say it and, say, here I am responsible. I'm responsible for where I am. I am not anywhere in denial about where I am. And I'm 55 years old, and I would like to, perhaps retire. I don't know. I'll still be busy, and I'll still volunteer, but like be able to, legit retire. I would like that. I know my husband would like that. He is 6 years older than I am, and he's a great saver, and I'm grateful for that. I have saved. When I earned about $900 a week working part time, I could save like that. I was saving $500 a month easy. And that was with other things that I was paying, like supplements and stuff, to kind of support where I was with my age and perimenopause at the time, and Juice Plus and some things that, like, it was a good amount of money that I was paying for perimenopausal support. But I still save $500 a month very easily, and had $4,000 saved like that to help put an addition for our driveway. And, so really 900, even part-time, is the money, the amount that I need. And I've cut back on perimenopausal support, some homeopathic work. And I've been doing great, with my ADD symptoms and menopausal symptoms. And there is one supplement, one thing I would like to get. Marissa Tomei's Terra Mare means... what does it mean? Land and Sea. And it's got all the things. It's $50 a month, and it's got all the things. And then I do have Meaningful Beauty that I use for my face regimen. And so there I am with that. So I'm turning the corner to 55. I gotta tell you, this one's kicking my butt. I say I'll be 55 in March. My husband's like, you're close to hitting 60. I'm like, whoa, buddy. Whoa, I'm turning the corner to 55. Slow that roll down. I'm like, no, turning the corner to 55. But I will say my face, my body, my finances, like everything is kind of really taking a hit in this season, this place right here. I have noticed I have been quicker to get dizzy and faint, and I do believe that's partly the stress, but I'll be sitting in some kind of, position with my legs bent or this or that, and I'll get up quickly like I'm 13. And I can't do that. I have to be very careful not to just spring up, and I'm really grateful, and I do believe that's exercise and the care that I've taken for myself. I have very little pain. I very, very, very fortunate, but I do attribute it to my discipline with exercise and trying to eat foods that are less processed, and trying to, eat more protein, as they talk about, that we need more protein. Um, but just it takes discipline. Not gonna lie, it's taken discipline. I exercise 5 days out of the week, and it's hard exercise. I work out currently with a woman. Her site is uh, Move, Nourish, Move, Love. No, I forgot. I should have wrote it down. Move, Nourish, Move, Love, Move, Nourish, Love. I'm sorry. But they're hard workouts. They're usually 30-minute workouts, and they're hard. And I got to be honest, I feel like I'm in hell. I don't know if I've really, really felt like I was in hell before, but for 30 minutes, I'm in hell. And, I'm physically very strong. And I've been working out pretty much since I was 18. I played sports in high school, and I exercised in college. And I took about a 7-year break from 28 to 35 when I was in chiropractic school and I got married. But other than that, I've exercised very consistently my entire life, and I do believe it's paid off. But my face has changed. When I'm in, the sunlight and I see, my face, there's lines that are just permanently there, and my jowl has changed. Jowl has changed. Um, I'm conscientious. Like when I look down when I'm working out, I try to keep my face straight, because I know if I look down too long, or I pray too long, or I text too long, um, these lines are staying. Like they're not going away. Like when you leave your face like that for a few minutes, those lines probably aren't going away. And it's things like that. It's different. What else? I do have a healthy vanity. I do care. I do intermittent fasting. I try to stop eating at 7:30, and I first I didn't completely understand it, but now as I understand it, I don't eat for 8 hours, so I really try to hold on out till 11:30 a.m. So 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 a.m. is the time that I fast, and I eat, a lot of good things, a lot of things, fun things between 11:30 to 7:30. I try to keep carbs to one meal in that 8-hour slot, but I thoroughly enjoy them. Um, you know, it just becomes more mundane, and you try to be grateful, and I really work hard at being grateful, and my gratitude and my joy. And I'm a pretty joyful person at this season in my life. Like I say, like things are mundane. The shower's okay, but like, getting dressed, picking out your clothes and getting dressed, I'm just like, it's so mundane. Is it really getting mundane? And like putting on your bra, and it's just like, oh my God, like I'm grateful I have bras, and I'm grateful I have boobs. I'm just like, it just gets mundane. It's like everything it gets mundane. And yes, and then I say, God, thank you for my bras, thank you for my boobs. Like I'm grateful. I don't want to lose those things, but it's mundane. Like, you know, uh, and I still want to be here 50 years. Like I want to be here till I'm 105. I have that goal to be here till I'm 105, if not longer. I know people that are definitely here 105, 112 years old. I kind of want to be there, especially for, well, for two reasons. I just want to be my best. I want to do my best. I want to be there for people. I kind of want to see how life changes, and technology, and the wonderful things about technology. But I secondly want to be here for my boys. I got my mom till I was 37, almost 38 years old, even though she was a young mom. She died young at 62. And I want to be here for my boys. I want to see their lives. I want to see their career choices and their passions, and the wives they choose, and the children they and the husbands they are is what I was going to say, and the, you know, their character, and find God and get baptized and raise godly children, and try very hard to raise godly children. I want to see it all. I want to see as much as I can. I want to squeeze the day. I want to offer as much joy in a day for people. And but this season just makes it real, you know. I am on the other side. I'll look at my face, and sometimes I look, you know, I look good, and my hair is on point. I try to do my makeup on point, but it, there's still changes, and it's just happening. And there's sometimes I see a mature woman. And I was at the moms group I go to on Monday, and I came out of the moms group. They had done a remodel like 3 years ago, and, you know, had certain signs and directories and how to get through the church. And I saw this sign, and it said 55 plus ministry. And this time it stopped me in my tracks. I looked at it, and I did a little 10-second video, and I was like, wow, oh, well, that's me. They have a ministry. Not only am I 55, they have a ministry for 55 plus. And I just had to go, oh, wow. Okay, I'm grateful I'm here. Always get back to the grateful. If I'm negative, I counter it with like 3 positives, get myself on track, because I'm grateful I'm here. I was like, wow, like, here we go. You know, in this season with all the changes, there's only more coming. Like, you know, there may be little standstills, but there's going to be more changes coming here than any time really before, when she, like, you know, puberty to 18. But, you know, this was big. And so, you know, I'm handling it with grace. I'm handling it with, I'm feisty. I am a fighter. I'm very determined. And I just, you know, I plan on being my best, kind of laughing. I won't do Botox and surgeries. And, you know, there's things I wouldn't mind having, you know, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this as naturally as I can, and hopefully be an inspiration along the way. My hugest desire, my hugest passion is to be an inspirational speaker, and just, you know, share good things about God and life, and what I've done in the hard times, and how I overcame depression, and you know, just how I stay joyful each day. And I, you know, I've been praying for creativity. I've been praying for imagination. I've been praying for some things, special things for me personally. And God has been giving me imagery in my prayer, in my prayer life, when I pray for people. You know, I just envision myself like walking down this, you know, walking down a road, and it's just beautiful. It's white. There's a lot of pure, but there's beautiful emerald, and there's beautiful colors. And, you know, God, that he's above me. He's under me. Like, how wide, how long, how deep, how high, you know, is your love for me? And just walking in that. And I need you. Like I said earlier, that scripture, like, I want things, and I want this, and I want that, but I need you. And you're going to provide it. And then another imagery, another friend gave me, was just like, you know, he's underneath you, like he's carrying you, and he's just holding you underneath his everlasting arms. And we are going eternal. We are going everlasting. And that is just so powerful. And this one last thing that I hold on to on my sheet of temptation busters is this, and this just rocks my world for where I am right now. I must be prepared. I'm against far more than I can handle on my own. I will take all the help I can get, every weapon God has issued, so that when it's all over but the shouting, I'll still be on my feet. Ephesians 6:13. And that's the one that I just am like, yes, 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 yes. That is it. That is it. That's the one I'm holding on to. So here I am, 54, rounding the corner to 55, and I'm just going to be my best in every way. Finances, face, features, form. I'm just going to rock this thing, and do my very best for God, do my very best for me, do my very best for my husband, my children, my future family, my friends, my patience, my energy bus, you know, driving those kids. Like, I'm just going to be my best. And I do believe that the best is yet to come. And God has even affirmed that the best is yet to come. So if I can encourage you to pray for creativity, pray for imagination, pray for wisdom, He will give you abundantly more than you hope, or imagine, or you ask. Thank you for letting me share. You guys have a beautiful day. Love yous. Bye.